you are stand closer to the router. Magic, you're not helping. Hey everybody. For anybody who's going to be tuning in on Twitter, if you, again, for folks on TikTok, I will speak to you directly. If you want to see Doug or Fresh, head on over to Twitter or YouTube. You'll see the live there. I'm going to leave the live going here on TikTok, though. You'll be able to hear me, but also I need to go live 3 times on this account in order to unlock the ability to invite people up. So I'm just going to have to go live for like 3 days in a row, which is fine. I should be doing more lives anyway. I'll hug the Twitter. Thanks, Robert. Appreciate it.
Shit's whack.
Shit is whack. It always is. But anyway, dude, now that we're past the streaming and all that streaming nonsense, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you? Oh, did you share the big one first, or are you doing that right now?
Oh, we're big.
I'm gonna share that out then. I'm gonna share it to some of my friends here. All right.
Follow your friends.
I'm doing good. I didn't stream today, so this is my first stream in a while. So I'm excited to be here. How's your day?
This is my first stream outside of the Rise Up morning show in a long time, just because like I don't have the time for it anymore, which is a shame because like I need to set time aside for it to grow my account again. For those of you guys on TikTok, for those of you guys who hopped on again here on Twitter and YouTube, I'll let you guys know the name of my Twitter channel will change. The Dolphin Coin Guide will go away. Now that the channel's been around for a month, it's time for it to mature and grow up to the new name, which you will see tomorrow. And I'll put out an announcement of it so you know it's not like a robot. But I need to start doing more lives over on TikTok again because I got to grow my account all over again, which is fine.
That sounds like fun, but not really.
Sounds like fun. I keep going back through TikTok support still for my old account, and conversations go in the right direction, and then they just stop talking to me when they realize there's like a little bit more work that potentially needs to be done. And I think I know exactly what the problem is now, though.
Oh, really?
And I keep getting to the point where it's like, hey, yeah, we'd love to help you. Send us a recording and some screenshots. I'm like, here you go. And then it's just like, ew. And they're just like, oh, he did it. This is actually work for us. Shit. Damn.
For all the money that they have, like you
so
just expect, it's almost like, whatever.
Yeah.
Wait, so you just finished Q4? Said that before?
Yeah. Well,
Q4?
Today was the last day of my.
How was that? Are you excited to be done?
I'm very excited to be
I
done.
bet you are. Did
So
we have a good year?
No, I am. I had a fine year. My
Hey.
Q4 was. For those of you who don't know, I'm in sales and consulting for the large Supply Chain 50 organization, so some of the largest supply chain groups in the world. And I have to sell a certain amount of shit, right? I'm a sales rep, basically. And Q4 is when you just get pounded into the dirt repeatedly, unless you already hit your number by that time. I hadn't. And my Q4 was disappointing, sadly, because tariffs pushed 2 deals of mine with very large manufacturers, all the, 2 more quarters back, because they're just like, hey, it's getting really expensive for us, so we're just tightening the budget. People are getting fired. We gotta do these projects again in about 6 months. I'm just like, how about we do it now? How? Come on, guys.
We're same thing. Same thing. But yeah, so it's good though. That's good to hear that. I mean, hey, it is what it is. I mean, the environment is the environment, but it could have been a poor year, but you said it was a good year. Good enough. Mm-hmm. And also, you said supply chain 50. I never actually heard that. Is that a common the bucket that they segment them in?
And it's also funny because in TikTok comments, Pepsi is commenting, which is funny because Pepsi is also a client of mine.
That's really.
I was like, I saw that name and I was like, oh dear God, oh God, they're here.
Hold on,
they're here.
Pepsi or Coke? Pepsi or Coke?
Pepsi.
Okay, continue.
Even Pepsi.
Okay, all right, I got you.
Always Pepsi. Dude, my vice president walked up one time to my Pepsi folk with a Coke in his hand, and I was just like,
you can't do that.
What the fuck are you doing?
Come
and he like cracked. He looked down because I was texting him under the table. I was like ding 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 ding, and then he like realized he literally had 8 messages from me missed, and then he realized and he was like, ha ha, and he like cracked a joke about it. But I was like, dude, oh my God, I've been thrown out of a meeting with Adidas before. This happened maybe 7 years ago because I called we all collectively called them Adidas. And they were like, you do not know the name of our company? It is pronounced Adidas. We do not do business with you. Get out of here. And we were like, oh, shit. We literally got thrown out of the room. And so now I always call them Adidas.
Interesting.
But question from Pepsi came in. So we can claim Katana today, or how does it work? I haven't done it myself. I haven't looked into it. Been too busy. Tomorrow I'll have the time. But yes, you can claim your Katana today. For those of you who don't know, the KAT airdrop for Katana, the latest and greatest DeFi project over on Polygon, you can start claiming that either through your crates and I believe through the airdrop. I have to double check that. I've been heads down on work lately, but yeah,
airdrops are one of the best things in crypto. It's just money comes from the sky. Just like there it is. It's out of nowhere. And the best are the ones when you weren't expecting it. Those ones, I don't know if they happen as much anymore. I'm not in the trenches of testing out different new applications, but
what were you testing for shits and gig where you got an airdrop? Because I've never once been given an airdrop where I did not know it was coming. Because otherwise, like honestly, airdrops are how I used to before I got connected with Evan and Alex. That's how I found knowing that there was an airdrop is how I found out about like new shit that was being built.
I want to say so Optimism and ARB. I had no idea. I was just trading meme coins at the time. And well, ARB, Optimism, I wanted to go there just to test out the UI because I had a feeling that ARB was going to be something. I had no idea it was an airdrop. It was like 6 months later. It was nice. And same thing with ARB too. It's just at a time like, oh, okay, there you go. And I always sell my airdrops right away. That's my I take that back. 75% of it. But there was a couple more.
It's usually the best to sell your airdrops right away.
Yeah.
Usually. And then with a network like Katana, something that can get more and more and more adoption, usually it's best. For the most part, though, airdrops typically the high, and then floor falls out. Unless you got like real solid fundamental adoption happening.
No doubt.
And by real solid, I mean like spectacular.
Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry, I interrupted you before. You were answering my question on the supply chain 50, the Pepsi thing.
Oh, right, supply chain 50. No, supply chain 50 is the term for the 50 largest supply chain organizations in the world, as measured by the amount of goods that they handle, ship, transport, all that kind of stuff. So your Pepsis, your Coca-Colas, your Estee Lauder technically isn't in it, but your Bristol Myers Squibb, and on the pharmaceutical side, you have a bunch, but just some of the largest organizations in the world. If you think about them, if they have any sort of supply chain to their business, they're supply chain 50. That's like your S&P 500, or if you were like your Fortune 100 out of the S&P 500, it's like your supply chain 50 out of your manufacturing, CPG, and pharmaceutical companies.
Just interesting. Never heard of it. Like now I'm like, I want to basically make a new index. I'm sure there's an index out there. I'm assuming, right? From a charting perspective, at least the ones that are publicly traded. Yeah. Maybe something like that.
Oh, and did you end up getting into Katana? I mean, I did the airdrops. I did the crates, and then I qualified for it with the Polygon airdrop. And wait, is strategy in the S&P 500 now?
By the way, I don't want to talk that. I'm still frustrated by the name change. It's the dumbest thing ever. What are the power? What do they say internally? But here's the strategy, and then they have a strategy logo down there. There's a strategy on the strategy. Dude, oh my gosh, killing Smalls.
I call it MicroStrategy. Oh, they qualified. Milas Taylor said that they did in fact qualify. Also, for the folks on TikTok, you can see Doug or Fresh or 10 Drift over on Twitter. We're live on Twitter. We're live on YouTube. But yeah, dude, the name change for strategy is dumb. MicroStrategy is a much better name. Just keep it.
Like what? It was good. I liked it. I kind of liked it. It was good.
Yeah.
Just too small for him. I don't know.
But dude, you were super busy. You haven't really looked at charts in the past week or so. You said, what have you been busy with?
I have been getting over being sick, which was over last week. It still is lingering, and honestly, still a little lingering here too. And I think it's allergies. Maybe it's like I got older now. Allergies affect me, which kind of sucks. But besides that, my job has also gotten very, very busy because of tariffs. Yeah.
And you've been focusing on Japan, right?
No, just that's where my company is headquartered in general. But but my market is North America for the most part. So my job is from a market, like outside in view of stuff and emerging things. So, but the tariffs becoming a input to that equation needs to be reported on. So that's a fun thing that I do. And it is cool though. I do get access to a lot of research and get to just be in the, up to date with what's coming, what's going, and talk to a lot of smart analysts who just do that for a living, which one day maybe
Mm-hmm.
I would do, but be very quickly replaced by AI, if not by next week.
Yeah. Well, we'll all be replaced by AI.
True.
Did you see? No, was it the CEO of Salesforce? Damn. No, it
DocuSign?
was no. He's like a little bit of like a chubby dude. Is he the CEO of Salesforce? I forget. It was the CEO.
Oh,
No.
Mark Benioff?
Yeah. CEO of Salesforce was on an interview yesterday, and he was like, "Hey, 30 to 50% of our coding is done by AI right now today." Like at Salesforce today. And I was like, 30 to 50%. I was like, damn. So all the people graduating college with like their masters in data science are just shit out of luck. And he was like, yeah, and honestly, like that 30 to 50%, it's just going to keep climbing upwards, and it's going to grab more and more new jobs. And then eventually one day it's probably going to get my job. He's like, and he's like, I hope it does, because I get to sail out. He's like, I get to go relax. And I was like, yeah, your workers don't. Your workers don't get to go relax.
See, at first, I would say I was initially thought that I think sales and the people win in the end. The people part of the equation, people are going to want to still have human contact. And honestly, if you have that ability to sell or to, build relationships, you are, in my opinion, probably the safest overall.
Mm-hmm.
So just that they would change with how it's being used, essentially, or where, right?
Well, dude, I got a question here from Punky444 on TikTok. That was monthly close for Ethereum, hella bearish. So I think
that's right, the monthly close right now. No,
yeah, we're getting the monthly closes right now. I'm gonna present real quick. Let's see. Where's my Ethereum chart? Here we are. So I'm pulling Ethereum up. You can see it, yes?
Yes, I think.
I'm sharing my screen.
Yes, I can, yes.
Also, for the folks on TikTok, you can catch myself and Doug. You can't get Doug's audio here on TikTok. I'm just here fulfilling a requirement. So hop on over to Twitter or YouTube, Rise Up Morning Show. Yeah, dude, we have a spinning top candle here for the monthly print of Ethereum. Is it bearish? Maybe. So here's the thing. A spinning top candle, for those of you who can't see on TikTok, it's like, really long wick, small body in the middle. It's an indecision candle. If it's at the end of a really big bull period or at the end of a really big bear period, it's a signal of reversal. But what we're seeing here isn't really a big bull period, right? We happen to have just one green candle for Ethereum, and now we're having this indecisive, spinning top candle here. That's basically just a doji candle. A doji candle, again, it's a candle that's all wick, very little body. And in order to understand what the trend is here on the monthly chart for Ethereum, if you're just looking at candle patterns, you have to wait to see what the next candle is going to be. Because when you get a doji candle, it's a sign of indecision in the market, and the next candle that prints sets the trend. So if you get another doji candle afterwards, that would be another sign of indecision. You're waiting for another candle print to try to see what the trend would be. And so this may or may not be bearish. It could just be a sign that, like, hey, we're just going to wait and see for another 1 month period to see what this candle close is going to be. Can I do the thumbs up? Of course I can. But Doug, what are your thoughts on this?
So it's funny. So actually, that was a great description, by the way. I have always wanted to study the candle structures, like basically as you just described it there, from like on a higher time frame. Never got around to it. Like I generally understand.
You never look at candles on the higher time frame.
No. But like just understand the candle type. I'm just like, I just look at it. I'm like, I know this is likely what happens next. I couldn't tell you what it's called. I couldn't. I just because
like for what the name of the candle is.
Yeah, like I know the hammer. I know, but just I don't know. It's a anyway. I appreciate the description of the thought process there because it makes sense. But I can't. So I can't. For me, and having not looked at these charts, I have to zoom out here really quick because I haven't looked at it in a while. It just looks so.
Are you looking on your own chart?
Yeah, just because I have to look at. So it's almost like if you look at ETH, you drew a straight line across ETH, like 2490. Like directly through there.
Yeah. And you have basically where we're at. If you look at the chart right now, like where price is, it just cuts through the wedge pattern it's in perfectly. So if you're looking at is now a good time to buy Ethereum. You're buying it at its like perfect median price. It is neither overbought nor is it oversold in any way, shape, or form. It is exactly what the price of Ethereum is, air quotes, supposed to be right now at this time period, which is kind of crazy.
If you I'm gonna give me a random ask. Go to an 8-hour chart.
You want me to go to an 8-hour chart?
Yes. I don't know why.
I don't know why.
Well, no, I don't know why. I've recently been using
Go to an 8-hour chart. I don't know why. Here we go. All right,
yeah,
I'm on an 8-hour chart.
So if you drew a line, like double click, so you can kind of get rid of your indicators there.
Yeah.
Double click. There you go. And there, yep. Zoom in makes the center screen there. Okay. So if you draw a line like directly through, like to 2485.
24.
Roughly
2485. Yeah.
So like that to me, it's like that's your pivot point. That's like you're even a little higher, maybe like 2,500 basically. So you're trading above that, you're bullish. Trading below that, you're not bearish, but we want to be above that level. It's almost like we felt
perfect.
It's like you're the sell off on the 20th.
Yeah,
of June.
I mean, shit.
Yeah.
Look at this wicks, shit ton of wicks here, rejections.
Yep.
I mean, yeah.
We're trading below resistance right now. In theory, how I could look, how I can make that argument in general. Granted, RSIs look great where it is. Like there's compression. Something's going to move soon. Just at a glance.
Yeah, no. I mean, look at this coiling that you have
here. Yeah.
Once again, you have this coil. And then neither the stochastic RSI nor the relative strength index are in overbought territory. They're both in neutral still. So like, yeah, let's see. What do we have on the 4-hour? Because I never go. Why do you use the 8-hour instead of the 4-hour?
Oh, I just randomly click through different time frames on the higher time frame until I see something that visually makes sense to me, and that's what I just use. I have very unconventional methods of scanning charts. But usually 12-hour chart is my jam. That's my go-to, 12-hour chart.
Let me see what the momentum here is on the daily. Yeah, the daily momentum for Ethereum is still bullish. Let's see. What about the futures chart for Ethereum? Futures. Am I blind? I'm blind. Here we go. Ethereum futures. Okay, let's clean this up a little bit. We basically had a fall to the bearish scenario that we had.
So now why do you look at futures?
To figure out where the gaps are.
So you're using the gaps as guidance for essentially a
if we were to fall, where would we fall to? And
got it. Okay.
So right now you have a future. God, you have futures. I can't talk right now. Of course, we're on the futures chart. We have a bullish gap here all the way up to $3,200. But we have a bearish gap down here at $1,733. The other thing that I've noticed too is, and guys, if you're on TikTok, hop on over to Twitter or YouTube. We're there, Rise Up Morning Show. You'll see myself and Doug, and you'll see what we're looking at. But what I've also found out is that specifically with the stochastic RSI, which is a bad top indicator, but a very good bottom indicator, if you want to turn the stochastic RSI into a better top indicator when it gets into overbought territory here, you need to use the spot chart and the futures chart together, because price tends to not roll over or turn around and recover unless the stochastic RSI on the daily time frame are both lined up together, meaning that they're both overbought or oversold. It's something I've started to find out. So those are the two reasons why I look at the futures chart. Where are the gaps? And so I can understand where the high could be, where the low could be. And if there's a gap just to the upside or to the downside, that might guide what the next future recent price action would be. Right now we have a bearish gap and a bullish gap both. So again, it's pretty neutral. But it's also to look at the stochastic RSI on the daily time frame to see if it's lined up. And if we look here, Ethereum futures chart, it's just getting out of oversold territory. But if we go back to Ethereum on the spot chart, it's in overbought territory. This would make me believe that on the spot chart, the stochastic RSI can remain in overbought territory for quite some time until the future chart stochastic RSI catches up to it. So I would be leaning bullish here, simply because of that little nugget. Also, the Moxie indicator here is well above the 0, which means that momentum is overall bullish, Doug, this will be new to you, right? You know about the Moxie indicator?
No, I don't.
Yeah, you have to pay for this. You have to buy it from Simpler Trading. It costs about $500. You get some other things, but Simpler Trading, very, very, very incredibly successful folks over with stocks, and they have their own course and stuff. You can go look it up. And they trade using the Moxie, a couple other indicators they've made themselves. They really like shoe patterns as well, and a couple other things that don't make a whole lot of sense unless I'm able to show you here on the screen. If I find one, I'll point it out to you. But the Moxie indicator is great on the daily time frame and the 4-hour time frame. And they have a couple other indicators that are great for day traders that are really, really accurate. But I like the Moxie the most. So it just helps you understand that, like, hey, if you're oversold on your stochastic RSI and the Moxie is bullish, odds of you getting a pretty serious rebound are pretty high. It tends to lose its accuracy, though, on the weekly and the monthly time frame. And the other chart that I found it to be really accurate on is on Bitcoin dominance, which earlier today, we were starting to get a short signal here on Bitcoin dominance. And now, once again, we are not getting a confirmation. But when it crosses the Moxie here, so look, it crossed the Moxie here, you got a short signal, you had a big rally in altcoins that lasted for about a week and a half or so, almost 2 weeks. And then it crossed the zero here again. You had a big rally in altcoins that lasted for about a week. Here it crossed the zero again. You had a big rally in altcoins for about a week and a half. And this one ended up not being great, but the market caught up to it. Again, a small rally here, nothing too crazy. You know, sometimes it's a little bit of, it's not a huge indicator. Here, though, big altcoin rally for almost 3 entire weeks, right? So it tends to be really, really, really accurate. And right now, the market is so close, once again, for the second time, to flipping short on Bitcoin dominance and positive for an altcoin rally. And it's just teasing us right now. What is it now? Bitcoin dominance rate now is 65.23%. And if I zoom out a lot here, from historical resistance all the way back to 2017, you could see Bitcoin dominance top out at like 67%, 68% before running into real stiff resistance. And then you could see altcoins really, really maybe see a serious rally here, because we'd be at the top of this channel, which is when once we tap it, you tend to see altcoins rally. Tap, big rally. If we were to come up and get another tap here, there'd be so much resistance here, it'd probably trigger a pretty damn big swing in altcoins. But anyway, but that's all to say that is what the Moxie indicator is.
Wow, I'm realizing how much I'm envious of the process, like going through all the things are there, because like when I initially started charting and way back when, like I was methodical, and I appreciate being methodical because it's critical, right? You need that checkpoint to keep things in perspective. For me, I just haven't had any time in such period, like for years, like the last 2 years, that like I'm just like, looks good, nah, short, nah. Like, so it's just
it's been working for you. Like,
yeah, no, but
you've
yeah,
had more wins than losses. For
I
sure.
do, and it's like but at the same time though, it's almost like, is there, not listen, is it easier, but is it more? I guess you're right. If it's not broke, if it's not broke, don't try to fix it. But I guess I appreciate the analysis part of the equation, where it's just that, hey, I see a bathtub from the early 1900s, 1800s with a shower curtain. No, too far back. Dude, like the shapes tell me where to go. Anyway, I digress. But yeah, I'm actually Soul right now too. Do you want to flip to Soul? Can I share?
Yeah, you can share your screen. Down at the bottom, the present button.
Don't
it's
show
the
the
same
tips
as
again.
Teams in your Google Meets.
Window. Here we go. Does this work? Maybe too small. Does this work?
Hang on a second. Let me. If I click,
wow.
How did you do this? Okay. Well, I mean, shit, that works.
Hey, does it?
I will. Yeah. Let me.
Yo, look at this short that I just. Look at this. I missed this. Look up here. The Soul Ask 180. I haven't seen this chart. What is this? This was missed it. What's it? 179.38. What's that? That's like it's like 60 cents. I haven't noticed this. I forgot about that. Anyway.
Oh, you just missed that short.
Yeah. Anyway. All right.
Solana?
Yeah, Solana is super. I'm trying to find a clean chart. I have too many. That one I got right. All right, this works. This works. Wow, Sol. Wow. You really zoom out here. Again, this is my approach. Just I see this. I see like
this.
I see this. I see a little that. I see a level here. Hold on. There's a level here. Something like here. Boom. All right, there we go. I don't know. The colors don't match right now. That's just going to frustrate me. But
we're like a good chart so far.
We're gonna pass here though. We're gonna do it's all right. All right. All right. So to me, Sol gets very, very bullish. Like up here. Right up there. That's where Sol gets very bullish. Like above your 165-ish and really reclaiming this level, which was just a week mid-June. What was that?
And you're saying that it gets above that level because that's where you've seen failed attempts of a break to the downside on the 17th and then a failed attempt of the break to the upside on the 9th.
It's almost, yes. It's almost like if you were hiking and you were over here and you were up here and like hey, I fell off the cliff. And that you didn't like really get hurt, but you got hurt enough where you just like stumbled. Let's say it's up here. Like this was you. Are you an emoji here?
Can I get an emoji here? That's the important questions.
Let's get a let's not. Sorry, I'm going. This is my vibe charting session because I haven't looked at charts all day and I don't want to. We're gonna do this. We're gonna get you, Will. This is you. I don't know why. There's you. Okay, here's. I don't know why you're yellow.
Is there a dolphin?
Oh yeah, that's yes.
Yeah.
Where we go here? Yes.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Beautiful. All right.
Let's
say this. The doll is this good. It's another analogy. This the doll. You are jumping out of the water here. Mm-hmm. You're above the water, and then you have fallen down. And I'm gonna get rid of all these. And you've been deep sea down here. We're gonna make this dark blue. Or you've been down here since then. You want to be back up here because
I gotta get some air.
Because up here, like this is where you were looking for, like, you were trying to continue this path up here. Like just making bigger hops like out, right? So you just gotta get back to where you were. So once you get back to where you were, it's almost like this whole center section never happened. Think of it that way, like an upward momentum type thing.
Yeah.
So, like kidding aside, like that's just how I use on just levels where like things, like where did things start going wrong? And to me, like that's a level where like I would change my bias on like from a overall standpoint. Like here, this is where things started going wrong. Well, really over here, but let's say right there. So get back above there. That's what, and reclaim and stay up there. Let's dance essentially. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense? This is my analysis for tonight for just going through with Sol for the moment.
For me, it's I always talk about it differently, where it's like, oh, you've clearly found resistance. That to me is just resistance or the failure point. But you've now taken resistance and turned it into a trampoline, and that's when you have a big explosion. It's the same kind of thing as like you took the fail state and turned it into the launch pad, essentially. Like now it's the same thing.
Works exactly. Now, like me by looking at this in general, like just to see Sol continue to go up like this from where it is right here, I don't see that. Like I just don't, especially too right now where Sol had a very nice day today. In general, obviously with the announcement of the, I saw that staking.
Did you actually dive into that? Because it's a really dog shit product.
I did not. What are you guys gonna talk about tomorrow, though? I assume.
Yeah, we'll talk about.
Let's save it for tomorrow.
But anyway, talk about the chart.
But yeah, so it got an announcement that pushed this up, and this candle from the first half of the day. This is a 8-hour chart. Why am I an 8-hour chart? I have no idea. Just took out these highs. So these highs were June 16th. That's like 2 weeks ago, and it just tapped into those. Even the ones over here too. And the reason I say that with tapping into the highs, imagine if you were someone who is looking to short and you got a perfect entry here. And I need to reset this chart here. you got a perfect entry, and you were short all the way down here, and your stop loss, you put it right at the top here as the high. So let's say 16, this was 158.67. So you, if you didn't round trip things, which most people do, including yours truly, well, I take profits.
We've all been there. We've all round
Yeah,
tripped.
yeah. You're basically watching it go all the way down. Oh, I'm rich. I'm pre-rich. And then it's like, okay, it's coming back up. No, it's good. It's going to fall. It's going to fall. Nope, it's not. It's not. Came all the way back up. And you're sitting there like, at least I got my stops at break even. So if I round trip, I lose nothing. So right now, if I'm thinking of the other side of the trade, like I'm the market maker and I'm the one with the dial, I'm pushing it up there because let's say Will is in that trade. Let's move Will down here. We're gonna move Will down here, and essentially now, my goal as the market maker is like I don't want to say take out the highs, take out Will. That's not cool. But like
That's not cool.
So let's say, hey, give me your short. So anyway, comes up, takes out the highs. Will's over here, back up top, and he's going somewhere else. And then now, so this is for me areas of when I'm interested to short. I am not advocating to short here by any means whatsoever. Actually, I would say absolutely not. Don't consider it. But looking for weakness now to happen after this long extended move to the upside that's here, and after just taking out these highs, I would look for something maybe here. I would if it does this, I would be getting very, very, very long here in general. But as of right now, I'm just kind of watching, looking for weakness because also could
right
just
now,
break.
looking at that, I don't see weakness yet. I don't like
Oh yeah,
that it didn't. It had an opportunity to make a new relative high from that point on the 16th, and then it didn't hold that top again as support. So that's not great. But at the same time, I don't see weakness just yet.
Oh no, sorry. When I say that, I don't see any weakness at all. I'm saying I would be looking for weakness to justify considering a short. I don't see that at all. That's sorry if that came across the wrong. There's no absolutely right now. This is super strong, especially after on a lower time frame. This is a 3-hour chart. Why 3 hours? Why did I put all these here, man? Why? Someone told me.
I do like that you have like no thought process around the timing, and you're just like, dude, vibes, man. Like, you just got to feel that out. The feng shui.
Yeah.
The feng shui on the 8 hour is right now. I'm just like,
if I didn't have ADHD, I could do like art like Bob Ross, but I don't have the patience to do that. I wish I was like Bob Ross. Rest in peace. He passed away, right?
Thank God his son is just him all over again.
Is he?
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. You haven't seen any of like new of Bob Ross's son? He does painting videos too. He still has it going. He has the voice down too. It's great.
Huh. Wow. I'm gonna check that out. Good to know. Look at that. I learned something tonight. But and also too, this indicator, this is the free version of the remember the Market Cipher B? You heard of that one? That was super popular back in 2021, 2022, which I purchased, by the way, for significant dollars, and I never ended up using it. I just like it now because of the colors.
Because of the colors?
Just because of the colors. It kind of does give me a little bit of guidance on just like the red is the outflow of money and the green is the inflow of money, like toward. So like that just directionally, but I kind of like it just, especially the dark charts. I'm a light chart guy. It just I can see it better, but it's night right now, obviously. So I go dark. But yeah, so Solana's super strong. I absolutely would not consider a short up here. That's that. So yeah, that's Solana for the moment. I'll send it back to you for your.
Well, we also had the question here from Robert on Twitter. Oh no, Doug just committed seppuku. Actually, no, I think it's more of just like a shiny red button. Didn't realize it was there. Like, ooh, that's a, and then just like self-destruct button. There he is. Man, hey, that's why this is a test night. For you guys who don't know, we're trying to do a Will and Doug night once a week. We got to figure out our schedules a little bit. We're gonna try to do it Monday. It might be Wednesdays. We'll figure it out. Well, it can't be Wednesday. Well, we'll find it out.
I think Mondays are gonna work. Monday's gonna work.
That'll be good. But anyway, this question here from Robert. I own 0 Sol. I'm looking to dump into. I mean, wait, my phone's in the way. I do what I want, but Sol, is it more popular than ETH again? And then I think Robert then was like, nah, screw it. I'm doubling back down on Polygon. But curious about your thoughts on Solana versus Ethereum, especially with the ETF coming out.
So I defer to you guys on the fundamentals, honestly, now, because like I and that you guys being the Rise Up Morning Show tomorrow morning. I just think of it more of I'm a free flowing spirit inside of crypto. So I kind of just use so I live in Solana. Like I'm actively getting rugged on Solana right now as we speak. No, it's actually not really a rug. I have better picks than that. But I transact on Solana all the time. And it's just so in
Sorry.
general, I also what's that?
This is too good. Doug flushed himself down the toilet.
But I also interact with other chains once in a while. So I'll use ARB for Hyperliquid. I'll use Ostium now on ARB. And once in a while I have to go back and forth between ETH to get and so I do actively kind of hop around different ecosystems to test things out. So I have a lot of bias in that if I'm not using it because it doesn't work within the constraints of the things that I do and I operation side, not just buying meme coins inside of crypto. To me, it's just the I don't have a perspective, the narrative otherwise. Does that make sense? So like I'm bullish on Solana because I use Solana every single day. Nothing wrong with ETH, but I did say ETH today got some news that I think there was delay in their ETF. Is that true?
Wait, for ETH?
There was something, unless I just saw that was just like a FUD that someone pushed up against that they weren't happy that Solana got a lot of love today.
I didn't see that, but let's. I'll drop the news now, and then obviously I'll talk about it with Alex and Evan in the morning for the morning show. But
it's a long answer. I don't have thoughts. I don't have thoughts.
The ETF for Solana that's out is a shit product, and it's not because it doesn't work. It works. It will work, and goes live on Wednesday. It will work. Offer staking for Solana. That's cool. But it's offered by Rex Osprey, which is not an investment fund. They're a C corporation. And so the reason why they were able to get this released is because by being classified as a C corporation, they are not under the SEC in any way, shape, or form. They are not under any form of regulations that an investment fund needs to be on. And they also don't have like a bunch of clienteles to like push this product onto, or like a bunch of clients. I mean, and so the reason why they were able to be the first ones to release a Solana, I'm going to do air quotes, ETF, is because by being a C corporation and not an investment fund, they were just able to pretty much ignore all of the regulations put forward by the SEC. So the reason why I say it's a shit product, even though it will work, it is a Solana ETF offer staking, but it's a bad product because you do not have investors who will trust it in any way, shape, or form because they're not familiar with investing in an ETF product issued by a C corporation. And also, you're not going to have any of the protections that all of the regulations come by being able to execute an ETF via an investment fund under the protection and guidelines of the SEC in that traditional world. Also, your tax implications are fucked because you get taxed for having the ETF product. The corporation gets taxed for making revenue off of the Solana ETF, and also the amount of times you will incorporate or create a taxable event by owning the Solana ETF as offered by Rex Osprey or Rex Osprey is a ton. You're going to have a ton of times throughout the year where you're going to be creating taxable events, and there are going to be some situations where you may have to report those taxes multiple times a year. So it's going to be a headache and a nightmare. It's unfamiliar and untrusted. Nobody is going to be using this. But however, I still look at this as a positive thing for Solana and altcoins and so on, because it should light a fire under the ass of your BlackRocks, your Fidelities, the SEC itself, to get a Solana ETF product out there that's a spot ETF and one that has staking turned on, because we know that's coming. The writing's on the wall. And that's the situation with that Solana ETF. So like, hey, like, cool, Solana ETF with staking, but like, no one's gonna use this one at all. So if you're looking at Solana and being like, why is Solana? I think Solana's up only 1% on the day right now, or at least
it was. Well, it made a bigger move before. Which how you're describing it makes me want to short it, but just in general, but
it's still a good thing.
Because, yeah, of course. Yeah,
you know, it's like you have ice over a lake, and you finally just had like a quarter-sized hole drilled through it, and that's your Rex and Osprey. But that quarter-sized hole was the first pebble that fell off the asteroid that is aiming for the lake right now, which is BlackRock and Fidelity and Greystone. How am I forgetting? They made the first ETF ever.
Yeah, Greystone. It's great.
Yeah, Greystone. I'm right?
Yeah.
Why do I feel like I'm not right?
Greyhound.
It's not Greyhound. It's the
I know,
bus.
I know
The
it's
bus
not.
company.
I know.
That'd be one of those things where it's like Michelin Star was there's just like Michelin Star tires, and then all of a sudden, like they became like the greatest food critics in the
We're the
world.
best food critics. We know the best food.
Do you know that they are still like the Michelin Star group is still a part of the Michelin Tire Company? Like they didn't divest at all. There's no spinoff. It is still a part of the Michelin Tire Company, which is phenomenal.
Do you know that one of our TikTok friends works at Michelin and also owns a restaurant?
That's pretty sick. Do they have a star?
No, it's more breakfast place.
Hey, there should be more breakfast.
Fucking
More
awesome,
breakfast places deserve it. I mean, fuck it. If you're like, hey, I got a Michelin star restaurant, or we can go to this diner with like heavy mugs for your coffee, and I'm like, fucking diner heavy mugs, bro. Fucking fuck me up. Give me that black coffee that I can drink 5 mugs of and still not feel shaky. Give me that.
Yo, Jesus fucking sorry. Look at the chat here. It's grayscale.
Grayscale. God damn it.
Yo, he's
Grayscale.
By the way,
you
Alex is saying
Greystone. I was like, this doesn't seem right. This is
like, yeah, it sounds good enough for me.
Whatever. You guys know what we're talking about.
By the way, hold on, Alex. Sorry. He's like, don't embarrass me. Just look there in the chat.
Don't embarrass
By the
me.
way,
Like,
do you know how long ago grayscale was? That's like 10 years ago.
So long ago.
That's
man.
old news. It's old news. What's going on now?
Yeah, and then you also had Robinhood out here, and you had Kraken tokenizing stocks, but you also had Robinhood offering staking for Solana too. But now Kraken's out here tokenizing stocks. So
yeah, so that day too. Oh, thank you, Eddie, by the way, for the correction. Yeah,
the
worlds are cool. Yes.
Finding. Yes. Oh wait, I just had Solom on TikTok go. Ah, yes, the Legend of Greystoke.
Clip.
Greyhound, Greystone. Yes, Alex, and you knew what we were talking about. Okay, I don't want to hear it.
Don't clip that. Don't clip that.
Clip it. Do it. see what I care. I look at charts.
I don't care. I don't care less
either. I look
either.
at macro news. Okay, name me one website, Alex, where you would go and get the latest financial macro news every single morning. All right, it's the labor of Bureau Statistics. All right, I'll never forget that. I'll never call that something else. That shit's hot. That shit's sexy. Not these ETF products that people spend millions to billions of dollars on speculation. It's macroeconomic data. Anyway, where are we?
I have no idea. It's good stuff.
But dude, so I'm curious if because with a week being gone for a week, not looking at charts, and pretty much I'm in the exact same boat. You know, like, what are you diving into? Like, what are the first charts you pull up where you're like, cool, like, what's going on in this market? Like, there's Bitcoin, but, you know, is there anything else? Do you take a look at oil because there was some crazy shit going on in the Middle East? Like, what do you dive into?
I'm so like, I don't have a flow right now. Let's put it that way. Where usually it's like I have a flow. These are the things I'm watching because it aligns to X. Fucking Elon, man. I can't use X. Why? Like kind of a lot is how I navigate through charts to answer your question. So right now, having not looked at charts for a while, it's like, what's the first thing that's popping off? Has my attention. It's the dollar. The dollar is falling. So as of right now, tomorrow, I'm very curious to dive into the dollar and all the noise around it.
Chart?
I did. Excuse me. Yeah, I pull it up. Oh yeah, 100%. I also too. Good idea. I did see before I said I told you I had not been paying attention or had not seen anything as relates to news this week. Which, by the way, my best trading ever was for 5 months when I wasn't on Twitter or anything. I was just like in silence in my own world.
Also, how are you adding the chart to a stage?
It's its own. It's a TradingView app.
Oh, okay. So when you hit present, you have just the share screen button.
I should share window. I did the window.
Yeah, do the window instead. Because then you might, when you exit out of this whole thing again.
Oh no, I won't. It's that's more of a selection part that's there. So do you want me to? What's better?
No, if it works, I just didn't want you to run into the same problem. So just go through it the way you did. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Mess up your flow. Messing up the Emperor's New Groove.
No. Me stop sharing. I just hit the wrong button there. Okay.
There we go.
Now?
We're good.
Yeah. So like for me, if I zoom out here, like this is wild, dude. Let's go.
This is the dollar. This is the
this is the dollar, the index. This is a 1 year chart in general, which is just crazy to begin with. Let's go to a monthly chart. I think actually a 3 monthly chart.
Oh God.
Let's do 3 months. There we go. This gives us a better view here. 3 months.
Well, you'll have the dollar continue falling.
Yeah. So at a glance, like this is just how I immediately just look at charts. I'm like, where do I see this intersection of stuff? I'm like, right here. Boom. Like that just, big move up, down, back up, tested, now trading below it, above, fall back, and then just I like the emojis. It's so, as I'm doing to explain.
Like well, the people
It's
like
like this, like that's where this was an important level, just right here. This is where things broke. Trading below that from 2003 until 2014, 15, kind of break above up here. We're like, nah, fall back below, bounce up. So right now, this looks nasty. Like I'm not gonna lie. This is, to me, it's like either this or you get that. Like that's basically it. I mean, it's just it's just super interesting to me because it's interesting to me because I was not looking at charts at any time in the past, right? This is all new to me, even though I've been looking at charts now for 5 years. Like this first this was what, 2020, 2021. I was so deep in Chainlink, buying Chainlink at, $40+ levels at that time. I was not looking at charts. I was just hitting the green button and just everything went up in 2021. That's how you did it. It was just easy. Not easy anymore. So, and even here too, I don't know why I chose yellow tonight.
I miss the old altcoin runs.
Yeah. So this is interesting to me. So I have no idea what to expect here. So I have to now defer more to like the topical, your macro actual, the narrative that's happening, which I know is multiple facets of it. This almost screams to me. This screams to me that Powell is not going to make it to the end of this term. That's what this screams to me right now.
You don't think Powell's going to make it to
the end of this term? I do. I'm just like, I can't figure out any justification on why the dollar keeps falling right now. I'm just shooting from the hip, by the way. That's not actually real.
It's the big, beautiful bill.
Ah, that's right. And then Elon today, I saw that, by the way, I learned my news.
That thing passes dollar.
By the way, sorry, I learned my news by meme coins. Is that sad? Like,
I mean,
the speed at which, Elon's tweet today, the one with the, was it PPP? What was it? He was referring to the thickness of the bill.
Elon?
Yes.
Yeah.
That became a meme very quickly. And like, so I'm like, I didn't even see the tweet. I saw like just pop up as a notification, I saw the trending, and I'm looking at it, so it went reverse back into what it was. So the reason I'm saying this is that those topical narratives I need to gauge, and the bill part, that's the tie back to what you just said.
Yeah. And for those of you who don't know, the big beautiful bill, it is a very large spending increase that's very, very critical to Trump's agenda and campaign promises and things of that nature. One of his campaign promises, though, was to cut spending. That's the whole thing with Doge and Elon Musk heading it, and the big reason why that whole very public split between Musk and Trump happened was because of this bill, because it increases spending by a lot. I used to have all the details at the top of my mind, but I don't now because I'm on Q4 Brain, and Q4 Brain doesn't allow for non-sales.
Maybe I have Q4 Brain 2 of it on the sales. Has there been music on the entire time?
No, Alex popped in and just sneakily threw music on in the background, which is lovely. It's great. I didn't know how to turn it on. I've never had the opportunity to do that.
How it just snuck in, just dropped music and left. Where I didn't.
You would have heard a little blip, and then Alex's little logo was down there, and now we have music, and then he went just like ninja'd away.
That was smooth
because he only wears black.
That was smooth. But yeah, just back to the chart here. Like this looks extreme.
But because the big beautiful bill got passed by the Senate, it's getting passed back to the House for ratification, however that process works, then back to the Senate or whatever. So I don't know. Alex knows how.
You're right. This is the trust in the U.S. financial system. That's what this is.
I just remember, I'm just a bill, Capitol Hill, and that's the only part of the song I remember. And I go, that's how a bill gets made. That bill sings a song, and then law. And here we go. I look at charts.
This is coming. I think we're gonna this area over here, 2022. What was happening here? 2022 in January. This big move up here. This area is where it's going to be tapped into next. So, and I say that this is where, if you look over here, and I'm looking at this purely as if it was a crypto. It doesn't matter what the chart is to me, right? But this is in July 2021. and then to May, this move up. This was this first like area of like, I'm gonna call it a little accumulation here, and then the big move up, and that's since then.
Could you imagine accumulating dollars?
Yeah, I was not accumulating dollars during that time.
Here, I was like, yes, the
definitely.
You mean your salary?
Yeah, dude, I was losing dollars there. This was right before. When's the SBF? When was that? That was May 2022. No. Trying to get context here. Okay, here we go. So this move up here. So that's why this whole section. So essentially, since for the last 2 years, we've been in this other region. That's why I'm calling it. Let's put this here. This entire thing is an upper region. It's not even an official word. Just use it. So we are now like approaching that area. So again, for me, thinking about someone who's a very swing long investor or like position trader. Now, they very likely have been out of trades by then. This is an area of where people say, hey, this is where I entered. And that's where I'd say from a market maker standpoint, you want to make them figure out, what do I do? Do I sell or do I hold? And so for the most time, I would assume you would sell. And that's where you get the reaction, though, immediately of like, all right, then they're sent right back. Yeah. So that's where I think right now the targets for this are probably like 96 to 95 would be my, if we could keep this momentum up. But
I remember I was making videos and I was like, hey guys, dollar is probably going to keep going down because these policies by Trump that he's passing. And I was right over there in that like 103 range, 104 range. Someone was like, yeah, dude, it's bottomed out right now. It's about to bounce. And I'm like, oh, you poor man. And I was putting my stable coins not into USDC, but the EURC, the Euro stable coin. I was like, I'm not doing this.
I would recommend.
I'll make money just swapping between the stable Euro and the dollar.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, yo, can I show you a sweet app I found?
Sure.
It's gonna be up for the macro stuff. And then hold on here. Stop sharing. Don't close the stream. Nice. Okay. Then we're gonna do this again.
Hey, this is progress. Look at this.
I know. Hey, this is big.
I know.
Share screen.
Now I just have to go live a few more times so that I can have you join the TikTok, and then I gotta figure out the audio thing. I just gotta call Evan. Evan.
Does this work here? Can you see this? Let me zoom in a little.
You can't see it yet. If you scroll down with your mouse, because I've been bringing it up, you'll see add to stage when you scroll your mouse down.
It says share in this tab, no?
No. Well, let me just do this. Here we go. We're now sharing. Everyone can see.
We good?
We're good.
Oh, I now see. Oh, I should look at it down here.
Tell me about the macro.
Okay, so this is Koifin. I found Koifin the other day because I'm trying to find a good. A different way to see a bunch of. I want to visually look at the data differently, but like at a macro perspective. Like even this here, these are indices across the world. And I know it's probably hard to see the text, but on this side, it just even seeing that this green and red, like on just a different plane, like they're just shifted out of there. That visually to me is a way to organize things. So I can look quickly at the ones in Europe here. Europe's down, Asia Pac's up, Americas are up. But I just love this view, and also too, there's a bunch of. So look, it's a little noisy, but you got the news up top. I got my global markets on the right, got my equities over here are the sectors, and you can quickly add them or remove them from the center chart. I got a heat map down here for my performance against my size of the market and the type. So my value to growth, large, small cap, global yields. Oh,
forgot I had the soundboard. I was like, wow, I have been underutilizing this.
Nice. Got my earnings calendar. Earnings calendar is a little weak for me. I was expecting a lot more, but there's just different ways to visualize stuff. And then for me, that's how I navigate data until there's something that pops. Like I'm not necessarily going to solve for something, but knowing like, hey, this visual helps me when I'm looking at something in this capacity, and just putting that in the back of my mind to reference again later on. But yeah, this is just a sweet tool. And using for free. So shout out Koifin. Thank you.
Yeah, how do they make money?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh,
there is a subscription to it.
20% off until July 4th. So it's an upgrade feature. But no, I mean, like this is a ton of stuff for free. This is basically, and dude, it's set up almost exactly like DeFi Llama, but for like.
So DeFi Llama, true, but DeFi Llama is I would love DeFi Llama if they pull in non-crypto stuff too. Unless
you don't love DeFi Llama.
Well, do they have non-crypto stuff?
No, it's all crypto stuff.
I need non-crypto too. I need both. I need both. I need it all. I need it all.
I need it all.
I need
It's coming.
I need the cattle futures. I need.
Oh, it's coming.
By the way, I'm gonna end with this here. I'll stop my yapping on this. Is that my new favorite thing to do? Maybe we can do that here if anyone has any interest in it. Is to do is to look at like commodities like coffee, like just look at coffee. Look at this coffee. Look at this thing.
Damn.
This coffee chart looks like suey. Look at that. Hold on.
It
This
does
looks
look like. It looks like Sui. Sui.
No, I need suey. That's not on. What was suey on first?
So if I have just been stockpiling coffee grounds.
So I need to. You guys can't see what I'm looking at here. Hold on. We need a.
Oh, you can see. I've shared.
You can't see what the ticker is though. Hold on. Let me add.
Please tell me it's beans.
Beans. No, hold on.
Beans.
Why can't I see? Dude.
Oh, damn. Have you seen the cattle futures? I think Joe also mentioned like beef is getting expensive.
All right, I'm going to have to do this. I hate this. By the way, if anyone, this is the only thing with TradingView that drives me insane. I want the ticker so you can see what it is, but I don't want it right in the center of the screen. I'm like, can you let me move it like somewhere so it's not in front of the chart? Like, can
you could open up your own text box and move that.
Yeah, that's a whole different. Anyway,
it's a whole different thing.
So it is. So I got to change the time frame though. So we got coffee monthly on the left, and then on the right here we got Sui. But Sui chart in my head that I'm
Price
looking
of coffee's
for
only going to get more expensive too.
Is not a monthly chart. It is a. There it is.
It's interesting that in 2025 though, the price of coffee has been going down despite tariffs going live in April?
Yeah.
But all those countries are only getting hit with, I say only, a 10% flat tariff. So it's not like coffee's getting slammed.
Something's not working with my trading view here because what I want to do is I want to do the replay mode. My things aren't working because it's really just Sui up to here. Right?
Although, I mean, coffee is having that correction that Sui was having right there too. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So right now, is Sui a proxy for coffee? Yes. Does coffee do this, then that? See, these are the things.
If it is, it's just by chance. There's no correlation here.
We don't know that, Will. We don't know that. We don't know that.
Maybe you're right. Maybe the powers that be in the global conglomerate of the coffee business are also the biggest financial backers of Sui.
I don't know. Who knows? Maybe.
Who knows? Maybe.
Anyway, but I like I don't know this. I'm interested in the commodities because commodities to me now I starting to appreciate them more. Like they're just, they're like, how about sugar? I was looking at sugar. The sugar was looking not so great the other day.
Can you also pull up beef cattle?
Yes.
We have the chat, oddly enough, going hot for this beef.
Hell yeah. If my PC lets me do this here. It's just TradingView is not coffee, just broke it. Broke it. All right. We're not gonna get the beef.
Robert's gonna be so sad. Hang on a second.
Let me
We have the beef. Is it literally just beef? Oh my god, it is just beef. That's perfect.
Pull it up. Let's see. Yeah, mine's dead.
Beef and cattle farming investments. I don't think beef stocks. Now, what am I looking up here? Robert, what's the ticker? Robert and Joe, what am I looking up here? The futures for beef? For the best? Where's the beef? Let's just look up cattle. Live cattle cash, live cattle futures. Okay, live cattle futures. Whoa. Okay. Damn, we should have been long on beef.
Yo, put it up. I can't. My trading is down.
I'm working. I'm trying my best. Let's see. Is this the right chart? Yes. Sharing the screen. So let me just pull this up in the monthly time frame.
While Will's doing that, quick PSA to everyone. Not a time to today. Memes today. The memes today they're acting very different. The last 24 hours, there's a behavior, and it's not normal. I don't know what that means. I'll find out tomorrow. But very difficult conditions. So stay away.
I
Let's look
mean,
at cattle. Cattle makes more
is that
sense.
not true for meme coins at any point?
No. Well, we could have we have a full session. I believe you can learn to read markets by watching meme coins in the first 72 hours faster than anybody else
Dude,
because
there
of
is
how
something, there is
fast they
something
move.
wrong with TradingView right now. I can't
Right?
pull up the weekly time frame. Well, we have the daily.
By the way, I've never had an issue with TradingView the way I am right now. So it's special.
Yeah, this is odd. Okay, and I can't pull up the other indicator too. So anyway,
Quick glance, $200. That's where it's going. Sorry, go.
Beef since COVID has
Damn.
been on a fucking tear, dude. Beef since COVID is up 180%. I mean, you know, coming from the world of meme coins, yeah, nothing too crazy over the past 5 years, but still, beef is almost 3 times as expensive as it was during COVID.
Interesting.
That's wild. Look at this beef.
Oh, wow. I want to short that.
Right? This is just barely a top from here. I mean, but you have this is a bullish wick.
Yeah, that's bullish. You're right. That's a very
this is a butterfly doji candle. For those of you who don't know, a doji candle, which is a candle that's almost all wick, right here, that's almost all wick, barely any body. It is a sign of indecision in the market because it really didn't move much at all from the previous day's candle. However, if it's a butterfly doji, it means that your body is more so at the top here. And that means that it's an indecisive candle, but it's an indecisive candle that's leaning bullish. That and also, ooh, look at that stochastic RSI, totally oversold here. That's a
send then.
That's leaning bullish. That's a send.
Yeah.
Send, baby. What do we got in the... Well, let's go on the 8-hour for the vibes, even though I never fucking look at the 8-hour. Nope, never mind, I can't, because...
See, this is what happened to me. So something's not...
Something's not working over on TradingView right now.
Don't
they know that it's the test episode of the Rise Up Market Watch Monday?
Is that what we're calling it?
That's what I named it.
Love it. I'll embrace it. I will embrace it.
Love it. Beautiful.
Let's do it.
If you guys have name suggestions for me and Doug talking shop and markets again for, you know, about like an hour or so, hour and a half again, we'll do it once a week. You know, let me know. We're going to aim for Mondays. Market Watch Monday. Robert, yes.
You know what I'm going to do, actually?
How does Michael Saylor's stock look? Strategy? We can take a look if it works. It's probably looking pretty
ridiculously bullish that one day is going to ruin everything. But yeah, that.
The one day it's going to ruin everything? I mean, probably, right? Let me share my screen real quick.
You know what I'm going to do, by the way? Well, so I need to change the environment because, you know, I'm going to bring a water cooler over because that's more like the corporate.
No, you need to just put a urinal behind you. That's what you need to do.
Yeah.
Just embrace it.
Got a urinal.
Well, here's MicroStrategy. I mean, anything's purchasable on Amazon.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Yeah, see. And Jeff needs the money. He has that wedding to pay for.
Jeffrey Bezos.
So MicroStrategy just filled the gap that we had here, and it's looking decent. Today ended strong. Let's see. Will we be able to pull up the weekly chart? Okay, MicroStrategy's chart works. We're neutral here. Where's my Moxie indicator? The weekly chart Moxie indicator is no good. It's no bueno. It's in neutral territory, but it's overall bullish. So like things for MicroStrategy look pretty solid right now, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Let's see. Where's the key? Yeah, I would say, yeah, and it just broke above the key area it needed to get above, which is this right here. So MicroStrategy just got above resistance, trying to turn it and solidify it into support. Maybe it comes down here and retests this as resistance, and then that gives it enough juice to then get above this previous relative high here and try to continue higher. As of right now, I'd say MicroStrategy's in a pretty decent spot. But you need to make sure you hold this line. If it doesn't hold this line and this is just a fake out, then you're gonna have a turnover to about $308, in my personal opinion. Doug, what do you think?
I'm thinking TradingView is just out of its mind. Yeah, the chart's bullish. Like it's like I'm sorry, I just like I closed it and then it popped back up and I'm getting ads for the July
well, hey, we've also
sale. I'm like,
been live for a little bit longer than we were initially on the test, but you know, so if TradingView is causing us problems, we can shut her down in a little bit.
No,
maybe
we're good.
Do another 5-10 minutes or so.
I just want my tools to work. Sorry. Yes, I think it's bullish chart, but without a doubt.
Yeah.
Actually,
That, and also, MicroStrategy is now in the S&P 500. We were talking about that earlier. Yeah, it just broke into the S&P 500. And then eventually you're going to have Coinbase. And then the next one you're looking for is Circle.
Wow.
Oh, wait. Let's go look at Circle. Oh, shit. What's their ticker again? Is it literally Circle?
CRCL, I think. I think it's something like that.
That's what I thought it was. But this is Circle Internet Group. Oh, wait. No, that's their logo. Is there full legal? Is there Christian name Circle Internet Group?
Is it? Oh, wow.
The thing with Circle is just know that in like 90 to 180 days, particularly usually 180 days, the people who haven't been able to sell their stocks in the company will be dumping on you, and you're going to see a pretty big dip in price. Doug, what are you saying? Oh, wow, to?
I need to be able to look at charts at a high volume of speed, because this is like the easiest short. I would just like the screaming like last week. But I don't just the time. Look at charts.
You could probably set up like ChatGPT or something to just like screen stuff and when a certain
I
set of hits ping you.
I may or may not
totally
have.
Do that.
I may or may not will have something in the works called 99 charts. I may or may not.
Oh, Evan.
Hold on.
Oh, wait.
Sorry, go.
Let me bring up this. But Evan asked the question, well, what makes it bullish? The fact that makes it bullish is that it got above previous resistance that had previously been slamming it down, and it has now broken above it. If it can maintain that, it will act as a trampoline forward. That is what made it bullish. All right, Doug, your chart is on, baby.
Oh, man. Ow. Whew.
Ow. Hoo, hoo.
By the way, this is, I'm sorry. So down at the bottom of the screen here, you probably can't see it. These are the earnings little logos. So red indicates an unfavorable earnings and green is good. Red.
Well, they'll never be profitable.
I know.
MicroStrategy will never be profitable until the day they literally just look at their software portion of their business and they go, diversify. They're just going to spin that off and then go, cool, we are a Bitcoin bank. And then money. And then they'll probably be like, they'll be in the top 10 companies. I fully expect MicroStrategy to be in the top 10 companies for largest companies on the planet.
There you go. This is MicroStrategy. This is it. This is easy. It's either it's like now needs the move up for this, that, or basically this rolls over. I mean, it's an inflection point because basically this level, this move up here back above this in April, which is 350. It just tapped into these highs here. This is going to be interesting once if it makes it up here, which I believe it will. This area is going to be super interesting because considering what happened over here, if there was, let's say, something from a macro standpoint that's not this chart, because right now everything is bullish. It's that's obviously very much the vibe that this could come up and be an area where if there was something negative, like negative news, could quickly break that back down. So if this does break up, of course, you know what level it is? Why does it have to be 420? We live in a simulation. Of course.
Yeah, nothing's real.
Like, look why?
Why? Beautiful.
So, I might as well
all things, there are some fucked up things in the world, but sometimes it all lines up.
Most important level for MicroStrategy, 420.69. Write it down. That's it. So that's basically as it approaches that and how it reacts.
Because you just have like people on like Wall Street bets and shit being like 420.69 selling. That's it. It's just the charts are not a reflection of buying and selling. Charts are a reflection of human emotions. Humans are silly, naked monkeys, and we like silly, naked monkey numbers.
This is true. All right, last three charts. They got to go here. Oh, this is a beautiful long. I didn't want me to pull it.
I gotta get going too.
Fartcoin is the most effective guidance tool for crypto this bull. Like by the way, also too, if there was an award one day too, I want to do awards for charts. I don't know if you want to do it on the show, but I want to give awards for great charts. This is one of the most beautiful charts I have ever looked at. It's got
long shorts and it has long longs.
It's a perfect, like this whole all of it's very smooth. And the thing has been, so like you can't see it, but above me, I have like, I don't know, there's 12 charts up here. I got Bitcoin, ETH, Solana, Fartcoin, S&P 500, NASDAQ, US 30, Russell 2000, gold, U.S. Treasuries, silver, and DXY. And like, so I've been watching Farcoin for like 2-3 months. It always moves ahead of everything else for the most part with alts, and it's within like a 5 to 15 minute window. So take it for what it is. If it's basically, you know, a leader or it's like a lagger that's part there, it's essentially giving you the lagging indicator, but it's worked out impeccably. So anyway, right now, very important level here on Farcoin. Let's just call it the total 4 instead of total 3. Total 4 is just Farcoin. Is this move here? Like that's it, or you break down. I mean, that's where the next week is going to be very telling for all markets, just all things considered. And then I'm going to end with this, Will, because I just popped up my screen here. Is gold?
Yeah, well, it certainly won't be this week, guys. Oh, sorry.
Gold.
Everyone's taking off vacation this week, and then next week you got the whole
that's right. Good
situation
point.
on the 9th.
Good point. Forgot America. Forgot
if those
that.
Tariffs don't get delayed on the 9th. Those tariffs all go back live, and then we have a shit ton of tariffs across the board again.
Wow, gold. Oh my gosh, yo.
Look at that bullish break.
And look, it just tapped into these lows down here.
Double bottom, breaking resistance right now.
If gold flips this here and just continues up like right back above this level here, this, not financial advice, to me is a very obvious long, and you're shooting for the highs up here, if not higher, because it just needs to get back above 33.50 here. But I'm super shocked on the reaction from down here, just because the gold narrative is kind of old. It's like it's tired. It was already. It did a great job. I mean, this was one of the most respectable charts in 2025 has been gold, up there with Farcoin. That was good, definitely up there.
Gold and Farcoin.
Gold and Farcoin. That's it. That's great. That's all you need for everything. Gold gives you the equities, and Farcoin gives you crypto. That's it, basically. So yeah, this is super interesting to me. I would not expect gold to be this strong, knowing the macro bill right now.
Big beautiful bill.
Something we will watch this week.
That's
a good point.
Trust in the U.S. financial sector is down at a time where the president says, I'm going to replace the head of the Fed immediately with somebody who's going to cut rates immediately. And also I'm going to pass a bill that has a whole bunch of spending. So the dollar is falling, gold goes up.
These make sense. This makes sense.
There you go. That's your narrative right there.
We're good. And we're signing off because that's it. That's what we're looking for this week.
I'm excited to hear what you... Well, remember, we're not signing off yet, Doug. I know. So usually have to hop off before you get to the end of the show or something. But remember, we do final thoughts.
Oh, whoa!
Final thoughts.
The thing. There's a structure.
There's a little bit of structure. Wow. Do you have any final thoughts? Anything to look for this week? It's a weird week because the trading volume is going to be dirt low. It's going to be dirt low. That's not a fucking saying. It's going to be basically zero.
If there's nothing significant tomorrow, I would then don't trade till next week. Don't trade till Monday next week, because tomorrow, to me, Tuesday is usually the day in general. Today's Monday, right? Yeah, tomorrow's Taco Tuesday. All right, yeah. So tomorrow would be the day.
I am also getting tacos.
Yeah, always get tacos on Tuesday. Hell yeah. To get some feel for if any nonsense comes out of any discussion that's going on right now. That's there. But yeah. So that's what I'd be looking for as of right now. Like you said, it's a great time this week to not be in front of the computer or your phone, whatever it may be. Yeah. Let's just, regardless of what happens tomorrow, have that. Crypto looks good. Things look good. You're not going to miss anything. But we're in this spot where it's been a lot of bullishness heading into a holiday week. It's good to just watch. There's my thoughts.
Heading into a holiday week and then right into tariff week.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, July 9th, the delay on tariff.
What day is that? What day of the week is the 9th? What's that? A Wednesday?
July 9th. That's Monday, isn't it? No, that is Wednesday. That's next
Wow.
Wednesday.
All right. So yeah, take off now. Lock in for that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah,
that's gonna get crazy.
Because you might get news. You're gonna hear a whole bunch of crazy shit out of the White House again, I bet, and out of traditional news, a whole bunch of crazy shit. And then all of a sudden, maybe you get hey, we're gonna extend a delay, on these tariffs. We're gonna extend the delay so the European Union doesn't get hit with a 50% tariff. Markets would be like, hell yeah, that's awesome. Or maybe there'll be a trade deal, or maybe Trump comes out and he's like, tariffs are on, baby, and then markets.
Well,
and then gold goes skyrocketing again.
good news. That'll be our first official show then that Monday.
Yeah. Honestly, if you're looking at markets, like I was watching the oil market to get a sense as to how real, the war.
Oh yeah, that was my
between
gauge.
Iran and
100%.
Israel, and oil was totally spot on. The markets absolutely unequivocally knew that there wasn't going to be a crazy escalation out of Israel.
And you could tell when it was over too. You could tell when it was over too. Went to oil. Yeah.
You have gold looking bullish again,
Yep.
which is not a good sign for what the market thinks is gonna happen on tariff week.
This is true.
This is true.
This is so. Before asking what I was looking at, we just indirectly discovered it, and it's gold.
Yeah.
It's gold and dollar. Gold and dollar, probably my favorite.
Look
thing
at the dollar. Look at gold. As we head through this week, absolutely, because that's going to be telling you what smart money thinks is going to happen on tariff week on July 9th. And that will also tell you what's going to happen with crypto, because if gold's going up while the dollar's going down, cryptos, at least altcoins, Bitcoin, maybe one day, Bitcoin will do what gold does. And maybe that time is now. Amid altcoins. We'll see. But Bitcoin dominance, this chart is so close to flipping bearish. It's so goddamn tantalizing.
I hate that. I stopped looking at that chart 2 years ago. I stopped looking at it 2 years ago. I just don't care. Just don't care. Because if you get the influx of capital in, altcoins in theory can have their own bullishness without Bitcoin dominance dropping. It's just an accelerator to it, right? I mean, in theory.
Sure.
But it's just because between 2023, October 2023, and March 2024, I don't remember, maybe Bitcoin dominance, if I check, it probably was going down, but like that to me was markets are going to move, they're going to move. But yeah, so
yeah,
we'll see.
Well, anyway, Solemn Spartan, thanks for hopping over from TikTok.
Yes,
you're always great. You're always great with the comments, brother. Love the show. Love you guys. My final thoughts. I don't have any new final thoughts at all, guys. Just take a look, watch gold, watch the dollar. Don't just watch crypto. Keep an eye out for macroeconomics and find out which markets you need to be keeping your eyes on to see what smart money is doing. If you have war in the Middle East, keep your eyes on oil. If you have trust in the U.S. financial system degrading, keep an eye on the dollar and keep your eye on gold. And one day, we might be able to confidently say, keep your eye on Bitcoin for that as well. That narrative might be changing now, but it's unconfirmed. We need time, we need more data, we need more confirmation. But my personal opinion, it's never a bad time to buy Bitcoin. With that, I don't have anything else to say. Nope, wrong sound. Yeah.
Nice.
I'll remember where these things are. And so with that, we're going to take this train and we're going to roll out of the station, ladies and gentlemen. The Rise Up Morning Show's Market Watch Monday with Will and Doug is pulling out because I got to go to bed and I also have only eaten 1,400 calories today. Wash your face. Use some moisturizer. Get this man over here his own urinal, god damn it. Because this man's gotta take a piss.
Oh gosh.
I don't know. Do you have to pee?
That was good. That was good until the.
You got to the bathroom.
I swear I'm not gonna look up how much a urinal is on Amazon after this.
I'm going to. I'm gonna have it ready.
Yep. All right.
But anyway, guys, it was a lot of fun having you all on. Doug, like I said to everybody, Doug and I will be doing this once a week.
We're good.
We're just going to plan on an hour. Today we did an hour and a half. We'll go over. We'll be live on TikTok as well. I just have to go live a few more times on this new account to unlock bringing a guest on. So good thing to do a test. And I'll figure out the audio there too. I just need to connect with Evan. We'll get that all fixed. But otherwise, guys, I will be live with Evan and Alex tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Rise Up Morning Show, as we always do. We're excited to have Evan back leading the charge as the phenomenal host that we have. And then Alex and I just get to be there and just kind of like look pretty. And then Evan does all the work. So thanks, Evan. And then Doug, you're of course always welcome to hop on, man.
Yeah, maybe I'll come say hi tomorrow. Maybe do it tomorrow.
Dude, it'll be fun.
Sweet.
All right, guys. Everybody, have a good night. Sleep well, sleep tight. Seriously, wash your skin, or I will yell at you.
I'm washing my face tonight just because you
wash
said
your
so.
face, Doug.
All right.
All right, see you guys.
See ya.
All right. Oh.